The Catholics have their bishops and cardinals and pope. It's the hierarchy by which they govern. The Baptists have their one person, one vote congregational democracy. And either of those patterns can work when godly people are in place. But I'm fond of our Presbyterian way of doing church. We believe that decisions are best made by a group of mature Christians who can meet at length to discuss and pray, and thereby welcome God's guidance. And this pattern is especially effective for seeking God's plan for a next pastor. That is why we elected a co-pastor search team a year ago, 8 mature Christians who could represent every quarter of the congregation and could work together over many months to discern God's guidance. And they have worked hard, very hard. But for what I've heard, they've enjoyed it too. In fact, as the team has worked together, they've had a remarkable unity. So much so that they've been surprised themselves. And if you know them, then you know it's certainly not because they're all alike, but the Holy Spirit in their midst has brought them true unity, which has served them well. Because one of the challenges of seeking a pastor is that it's not so much a matter of comparing apples to apples as it is comparing apples to oranges to cherries to watermelons. Each potential pastor has a particular array of gifts and talents and experiences and growing edges. That makes it very difficult for a large group, like a whole congregation, to discern wisely. And though the models with one person appointing are simpler by far, several sets of eyes are bound to see more. All in all, our small team approach works wonderfully well. I'm thinking about this today because a week from Sunday, on August 2nd, our search team will nominate a candidate for the congregation to vote upon after we worship that morning. It's not that the congregation can see so completely in that moment as the team did, but the congregation can see and hear from the team what went into their decision. And then there is one more working piece of our Presbyterian pattern. Our presbytery has a team that does their own examining and discerning, so that they can add their affirmation to our confidence that this is what God is doing. Even so, we'll be taking a big step of faith on August 2nd. It's not blind faith. Rather, it's faith recognizing how the Lord has been moving in this all along and seeing the fruit that this process has borne so far as a sign of what is yet to come. This is going to be fun. I'm very excited because I see God's fingerprints all over this, which means it's going to be much better than anything we could have made up on our own.